yesterday we experienced extreme Bitcoin price manipulation, and today the Bitcoin price doesn't know what the heck it's doing. Reminds me a little bit of my old uncle, but here's one thing that's for sure. We are right now coiling up in multiple patterns, and Bitcoin is about to make its next move. So today we're going to be diving into the charts, breaking down exactly what we need to be looking for during the rest of the week and the coming weeks. So make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell for notifications because we are bringing you the most timely and the juiciest Bitcoin updates here on YouTube. As you can see, I'm still holding the swing long position that we took in the Casper VIP Discord, set up given in advance during Monday's VIP live stream. But am I bullish on Bitcoin? Well, I think my answer is going to surprise you, so let's dive into the charts and break this down. Let's paint a picture here. Bitcoin has broken out of this massively bullish inverse head and shoulders pattern, but we are currently finding resistance at this massive 2-year support resistance flip around the $30,000 level. And to make things worse, when we go to the daily time frame, we can clearly see that as the price is getting higher into our green box, the momentum waves and the money flow on market Cipher B are getting lower, giving us the dreaded Janet Yellen crooked lip pattern, where as the price is getting higher and higher on Janet Yellen's forehead, her lips are getting lower and lower, and this is a bearish pattern. When I saw the bearish pattern forming here, I told everybody, look, I'm closing my swing long trade from $20,000. I'm closing my Bitcoin long trade right now. And as we were getting this retrace, right, as we were getting a move to the downside, I let everybody know about my short trace. But when we came down here, I was also warning everybody, everybody's bearish down here, but we're probably going to get a move to the upside. I was expecting that move to the upside. What this means is locally, as we come down to this key zone of support, we should be looking for a bounce. We should be looking for a long trade, which is exactly what happened. We came down to that level. We got the long trade that we gave in the Casper VIP Discord. And here's something that we need to be aware of right now. This is very, very important. Do not miss this. As we were projecting the bounce to the upside, we were noticing that we were potentially forming a very bearish pattern, a macro head and shoulders. If we take our fib from this last high where I entered the short trade I'm currently in, to our current low, you can see that the Fibonacci golden pocket 786 zone lines up perfectly with the value area high of this range, as well as these previous highs that were our resistance all throughout the second half of March, which could actually make for a beautiful potential short trade right around this area. This is exactly what has happened. The Bitcoin price came up to the high, we got the move to the downside, we got the long trade from the Casper VIP Discord, and now what's happening is we actually did come up to the area between the golden pocket and the 786 for a rejection. Yesterday, we had extreme manipulation with a massive drop to the downside, but we got a very fast buyback. And what happens right now in this tip of the right shoulder, in my opinion, is going to determine how we trade this in the coming weeks. So here's what we really need to be looking out for right now. Bitcoin is forming multiple patterns in addition to this head and shoulders. If you want to join the Casper VIP Discord, where every single day we do 3 live streams walking you through the live price action, we give our trade setups, we give our levels. You can go to jasoncaspertrading.com, go ahead and click the link. On the website, you can also check out our trading courses with the 25% discount in the pinned comment. Also check out our trading bot, 14-day free trial of this bot that trades for you. If you want to take advantage of 0% limit fees and 33% off market fees trading on MEXC, click the link in the description. It's legitimately a good deal. If you are trading on lower time frames like myself, those fees can cut into your profits, of course. Only do this if you know how to trade. Just a quick reminder, starting on May 8th, ByBit will no longer be available for people without KYC. So if you're looking for another exchange to trade on, MEXC is a great option. So what's with the manipulation that we got yesterday? Well, if we take a look at an order flow chart, we can see that whales were actually absorbing FOMO long traders that were longing right in this area. We can tell that because the open interest and the CVD are getting higher as the price is making lower lows. Now, the market is moved by active market participants. If there's more buyers than sellers, price will go up. If there's more sellers than buyers, price will go down. We can look at a chart like this to spot anomalies in the price action, to actually detect manipulation before it happens. So when you see more long traders are opening up and price is unable to make a higher high, in fact, it keeps making lower highs, what this is telling us is that there are bigger players in the market here. Some people call them market makers. I like to call them whales. I'm going to draw a picture of a whale right here, a horrible picture, that are actually filling up massive limit orders to push the price down, and they're feasting on the retail traders, expecting a breakout from the bull flag. And once the retail traders run out of steam, they can no longer buy, the whales overwhelm them and push the price downward. And this resulted in a long squeeze where we saw millions and millions of longs get wrecked. Now, of course, this was starting to play out this head and shoulders pattern that we've been looking at. However, very important, we actually did not even come down to touch the neckline of the head and shoulders. In fact, we put in a higher low and we got a very fast buyback. Now, this is very interesting because we are getting mixed signals on our market Cipher B. The 4-hour money flow is actually looking quite bullish, like it's about to cross to the upside. However, when we go down to lower time frames like the 24-minute, you can see money flow is actually getting lower as we consolidate tighter and tighter and tighter in a very interesting pattern that we have on the chart right here. So as we form this head and shoulders, the Bitcoin price right now is squeezing together in this symmetrical triangle pattern. We can see right here, if we take these two trend lines here, and let's go ahead and turn off our head and shoulders, that we are squeezing together, consolidating very, very tightly into this symmetrical triangle pattern. Now, if we take a look at the target of our symmetrical triangle pattern, to the upside, it's coming in at about $31.3 thousand. Now, to the downside, this is very key. You can see that it's coming in below Monday's low. And why is this so important? This is so important because if this triangle breaks to the downside and we come back down below these lows, that will officially confirm, in my opinion, the breakdown of this head and shoulders pattern, because once Bitcoin makes a lower low than what we made back here in March 29th, Wednesday, March 29th, we're officially moving into bearish market structure on a very high term time frame, because until we actually lose this low here, we are technically still making a higher low, and we could technically still be looking at this market structure as this bottom being a higher low and this just being a weird manipulation retrace as we go to make a higher high. If we break down from here, we need to be aware that once we officially start forming bearish market structure at this key zone of resistance, remember, we are at that $30,000 level of resistance right here, very key on the weekly time frame. We are seeing some bearish patterns. We're seeing the Elizabeth Warren eyebrow pattern playing out. I'm sorry, this isn't the Elizabeth Warren eyebrow pattern. This is the Elizabeth Warren eyebrow pattern, very, very similar to the Janet Yellen lip pattern that we have right here. But basically, we're seeing these bearish patterns play out, and the Bitcoin price is forming a massive, massive rising wedge bearish pattern right here. If we take a look at our 4-hour time frame, we can see that, yes, we are forming this bearish rising wedge pattern. And so if we do get to move to the downside of the triangle, which would take us down below the neckline of the head and shoulders, we are now facing a potential breakdown of this wedge. You can see the target of this wedge is coming down to around that $20,000 zone. Why is this so important? We have just broken out of this massive invert head and shoulders pattern here. This is the weekly time frame, and we are printing a red dot on the weekly time frame. What does this mean? This means we should be looking for some kind of a pullback, and we can use these patterns to assess the targets that we are looking for during these pullbacks. In the higher term time frames, I am still bullish on Bitcoin. I am still accumulating Bitcoin on spot aggressively, and I will buy on spot aggressively if we come down to these lows. But notice where the target of the wedge is coming in. The target of the wedge is coming right below the golden pocket Fibonacci from the macro low we put in back in November to that high. All right, y'all, if you've followed this channel for any length of time, you know I'm a huge proponent of being as self-sufficient as possible. I believe as times get crazier, we need to be moving in that direction as individuals, as families, as communities. So here are some things I do every single day to become more and more self-sufficient. A lot of people are always under the assumption that you need to have materials like compost or manure to start a garden. Let me tell you, that is not true. I have started gardens with just a rototiller and then hoeing rows and planting in the bare soil. Is that optimal? Absolutely not. Here's what I recommend. You're gonna wanna get yourself one of these rototillers. They're not so expensive. They're a couple $100, at least they were a few years ago. And you can use this to take any patch of grass and turn it into a patch of dirt. This is the fastest way that I've found to get a garden going. Okay, first of all, you're gonna till a patch like this. And then you are gonna haul in some compost, guys, some mushroom compost, some manure, whatever. And then you're gonna wheelbarrow it into the bed. And then you're gonna till it around again. And then you're gonna hoe rows. And that's actually where you're gonna plant. So right now, I'm actually moving compost into a new garden bed that I'm going to use to grow lots of squash. Yeah, now I'm gonna try and record while I use a shovel here. So let's see how this goes. Oh, man, there's nothing I love more than taking dirt and shoving it into a wheelbarrow, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Oof, that's some good stuff right there. Oof, smells good too. That's it for today's video, y'all. May you all be blessed in the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah. Even if you're not religious, that's great. I still pray you are super blessed, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Peace!